Welcome to InSift, where we sift through the noise to find the insights that actually matter. Today, we're going to unpack a fascinating academic study that basically flips our whole idea of work and burnout completely on its head. And it all starts with something I guarantee you've seen a million times. Yeah, you've seen this, right? In shop windows, on job sites. The message is pretty clear. We're not just hiring your skills, we're literally hiring your smile. And look, whether you're a barista, a flight attendant, or working a front desk, you know this feeling. You clock in and your real personal feelings kind of get tucked away. In their place, you put on a much more customer-friendly version of yourself. And believe it or not, there's a formal name for this. It's called emotional labor. The term was coined by sociologist Arlie Hochschild, and it's this idea that managing your emotions isn't just a part of the job, it is the job you're being paid for. Your cheerfulness, your patience, your empathy, that all has real economic value. But how do we actually pull this off? The three faces of service. Well, according to the research, we essentially become actors on a stage. We use these different techniques to manage that gap between how we actually feel inside and how our job says we need to feel on the outside. So let's break them down. First up, you've got surface acting. This is basically faking it. You feel one way on the inside, but show something totally different. Then there's deep acting. This is where you actually try to change your inner feelings to match what you're supposed to be showing. Think of a flight attendant trying to feel genuine empathy for a nervous passenger instead of just being annoyed. And finally, you have genuine acting. This is the one where your inner feelings and your outward expression are already a perfect, natural match. The twist. So we've got our three types of acting, right? Surface, deep, and genuine. Now comes the part of the study that really makes you stop and think, because it challenges everything we assume about being authentic at work. So, take a guess. Just think about it for a second. Which one of these do you think is the most draining? Which one is going to leave you feeling the most exhausted and the least happy with your job? Common sense points right to surface acting, doesn't it? I mean, the constant faking, that mismatch between your real self and your work self, that has to be the most exhausting, soul-crushing way to work. But the data from this study, which looked at 285 hotel employees, told a completely different story. And here are the results. It is the absolute opposite of what you'd expect. Both surface acting, faking it, and deep acting were linked to lower emotional exhaustion and higher job satisfaction. But genuine acting, that was linked to higher exhaustion and lower job satisfaction. Let that just sink in for a second. The employees who were the most genuine, the most authentically invested in their emotional displays, they were the ones burning out the fastest and enjoying their jobs the least. So what on earth is going to here? Why? Unpacking the paradox. This is the paradox right at the heart of this whole study. Why would being your true self at work actually be more damaging than just putting on a performance? Well, the research points to a few really powerful explanations. Okay, think of it like this. Surface acting is like wearing psychological armor. When a customer is rude, the insult just bounces off the role you're playing. It's not personal. But with genuine acting, you have no shield. You're emotionally open, so that exact same rude comment becomes a personal attack. Every single hit lands directly on your true self, and that just leads to total exhaustion. So, weirdly enough, faking it can actually be a healthy defense mechanism. The blueprint. So if this whole emotional juggling act is just part of the deal in service work, what can we actually do to protect employees? How can companies make this kind of labor more sustainable? The first strategy is job autonomy. This means getting rid of those rigid scripts and just giving employees the freedom to handle situations as they see fit. It puts them back in control. And the second is social support. This is all about creating a culture where it's okay to decompress. When you've taken those personal hits from being genuinely invested, having coworkers who get it, who can offer support, that's what helps. Your final thought. As we wrap this up, The findings here really push us to look at our own work lives a little differently. It seems it's not just about being authentic, it's about being smart in how we manage our authenticity. Think about the face you put on for your job. Is that work self a necessary protective shield that helps you get through the day unharmed? Or has it become an emotional burden? It's a question worth asking. Thank you for joining us today on InSift. If this insight changed how you view your workday, please hit the like button and share it. Thanks for viewing InSift, and I'll see you in the next video.